Hey everyone, welcome to Reseller Rowboat, to my Sunday night live shipping show. I'm glad you're here. We may have a special guest in the side chat tonight. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. So let's go ahead and get started. Hey everyone, hope you're having a great weekend. I see that Glenn was first. Hi Glenn, how are you? How's your mom doing? I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. And Craig is here. Welcome, Craig. I hope you had an amazing Christmas. And I hope I don't have to repeat any of that for you. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm hoping I have a special guest in the side chat tonight. I put the word out. I hope she's coming. You probably know who it is. So tonight I'm going to be talking about something I hardly ever talk about, and that is Poshmark. I have a lot to say about Poshmark tonight. Let me put this lip gloss on. Here we go. So, how's everybody doing? Oh gosh, I was going to show you something and now I can't find it. What did Santa bring you? Did Santa bring you anything, Craig? Did he bring you coal only? I got this really cool smartwatch, and I put my picture of Disney World, the castle lit up in purple. I don't know if you can see that. But I've already used a lot of the features. What I like about it is that I can be taking photos and then a message comes in and I just look at my phone to see if it's something I need to address. If not, I just keep taking photos. Otherwise, I have to stop taking photos, go over to my messages and look. And then tonight I was cooking dinner and Kimmy called from the hospital and my headset was in another room. And so I just answered it on my phone. It wasn't very loud, but I could still hear her enough. And I was able to talk to her and not running around looking for my headset. So it was great. And just another day, eBay slow. Golly, Craig, what's up? I've had really good sales this weekend and super amount of Poshmark sales. Like, this is unheard of for me. I think I have like 9 Poshmark sales this weekend. Our mail carrier did not pick up again on Saturday. In fact, they didn't even come by and drop anything off. So now I had December 23rd and December 28th now. 2 in 1 week. Didn't pick up. So I already had a lot of packages out there from yesterday that were Friday sales. They're not tracking. And so I had to write another letter and another complaint to the post office. And now I'm at the point where I'm copying and pasting all the dates this year that I have documented that they haven't picked up. There are other dates that I was just too much of a rush and never documented the date. And I told them not to call me, and they didn't call me today. Usually on Sundays, they will call me, even though I tell them not to. I told them, you already have all the information you need, and I'm tired of repeating myself. So tomorrow, I'm going to have, because I have 25 packages right now to ship out, and I usually have sales on Sunday nights while I'm sleeping. So that, with however many I had yesterday, which was probably about 8 or 9, that person is going to have extra items to pick up simply because their coworker refused to pick up the packages today. My mail carrier showed me his computer that he brings with him, that the person who was supposed to pick up on the 23rd actually scanned the scan form, and he showed me in his computer where it said they had picked up the items. So they're lying to their supervisor, telling them I picked up the items, and they haven't. So it's a bummer. Oh, and I'm so glad you're here. I haven't seen you on a live stream in a while. So yeah, it is. So I just thought, since Poshmark is doing so well for me this weekend, maybe I should give Poshmark some love and talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of Poshmark, because I never really mention it much, So I started selling on Poshmark around 2019, and I was just sharing and liking and following people manually. I didn't even know there were bots out there, and there may not have been bots, but there probably were. People just weren't freely talking about them. And some of you OGs, resellers, YouTubers, remember Alma, My Thrifted Escape. We used to have pajama parties on Friday nights where we would do sharing parties, and everybody would give everyone their Poshmark name. And I had pages and pages of people's Poshmark closets, and we would spend several hours just sharing everyone's items, thinking that that was helping them and us, until one day Alma and David Jeffers did an experiment, and they showed that simply by sharing someone else's item was not benefiting our closets at all, and it really wasn't benefiting them. And so we stopped that. And that's around the time I started using Simple Posher. That was a bot, and it was $9.99 a month, and I used it for years, and all it did was share and follow, like. That's all it did. And how is Alma? Well, Alma is still around. She's not reselling, but the last I talked to her, she was thinking about going back to reselling, but that was like at least 8 months ago, and I haven't seen anything saying that she's reselling. So David has opened up a tattoo shop. He is engaged to a woman named Heather, and they're both tattooing in that shop. And you can find him on Facebook. It's Crabtown Tattoo or David Jeffers. He has those two different accounts. You can keep up with David. So anyway, I started using Simple Posher, and the one thing I didn't like about Simple Posher was you had to have the page opened in your computer. So you had to leave your computer on all day, and it had to be pulled up in order for it to share. So when I was gone, I had to have it going. I got into Poshmark jail probably 3 or 4 times over the few years I was on it. And Poshmark jail just means that Poshmark thinks you're sharing too much, and they put you in jail for 24 hours, and you can't. I don't really know what you can't do. You can't list. I know that. And I don't know about making sales, but you can't list, you can't share. Poshmark jail. It's a real thing. Look it up. So then sales were good. Sales were really good until about a year and a half ago. And what I mean by sales are good was gross sales a month were between $2,000 and $2,400 a month, let's say. And that to me was good. Practically everything that was in my eBay store was put in my Poshmark closet, except for items with flaws. I started putting a few items with flaws on Poshmark because friends were doing it, but they couldn't be, they could be like faded or something like that, but it couldn't be like a tear or a stain or anything like that. If it's that flawed, I don't put it on there because they don't get returns. You know, there's no returns on Poshmark unless there's something wrong. And so the chance of that coming back was pretty good, you know, if they weren't reading. So I still don't put really major flawed items on there. So then sales were good until about a year and a half ago. And then they just went gradually down every month. I mean, one month I think I did like as low as 800 gross. You know, I'm back up now, but it was pretty bad, but it was pretty consistent with my eBay store going down as well. But eBay went up, whereas Poshmark did not. So then I started using a bot called One Shop, and One Shop was really expensive. It was like $45 a month. But what I liked about One Shop was that it sent out offers, and Simple Posher at that time did not. I don't know if it does now. And I needed something to send out offers because I ain't got time for that kind of stuff. I just don't. So, you know, but again, my sales weren't really going up, but it was, at least it was sending out offers. I made some sales that I probably would not have made with Simple Posher. And the other thing that was great about One Shop was it was on your phone. So it didn't matter if you had your page turned, you know, your computer didn't have to be turned on. The page didn't have to be pulled up, but that's kind of a lot of money, you know. Now, agreed that One Shop also cross-lists to Mercari and probably Etsy, things like that. I don't use those. I don't, no, I cannot talk right now. Somebody's trying to talk to me. You know, I don't use those features, so I am paying for features I'm not using. So then I was going to say that about 8 months ago, I changed to an app called Posh Sidekick. It is now called Sidekick Tools. Now it's $29.99, and it also cross posts to all these different, platforms. But in addition to that, it runs silent auctions on your behalf. You don't have to be present in the silent auction. And I thought, well, that's really cool. So I started doing silent auctions, and, but again, my sales haven't really been going up. I mean, very rarely was I getting anyone to win an auction, bid on an auction. And I'm going to talk about how I set up my Sidekick tools now, but it just didn't really. So just when I thought about last month, I thought, I'm really still not getting many sales. I think I'm going to try Flip, because I think Flip, and correct me if I'm wrong, is $9.99 a month. Again, though, I think with Flip, you have to have your page pulled up, but I may be wrong. But I was going to go check out Flip for 2025 because I thought, it's $9.99. I haven't really seen that big of a change in my Poshmark sales since I've been on Sidekick Tools. Sidekick Tools has had quite a few problems because they merged with another app. And so I've given them the grace and the patience to get all that worked out. And there seem to be times when I have trouble setting up auctions, and I know there's stuff going on there, and they always take care of it. If there's a problem with my auction, they always credit me back for my auction. So their customer service is good, but a lot of times I'm doing this stuff at night, and that seems to be when some of the issues are. So just when I thought I was going to try out Flip, I started having sales on Poshmark. This past week has been great. This weekend's been great. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things that I'm doing. So 3 weeks ago, I removed all the extra small to large items in my Poshmark closet, the items that I have marked down 75% on eBay, because I wanted to see if I removed those items and I consolidated my store more for plus sizes, if it would bring me more sales. Is that what happened? I don't know. One of those 3 weeks I was out of town, so I was on total, my closet was completely closed. So I can't even, speak on that. So I removed all those, and I told y'all last Sunday, it really hasn't really changed my sales. So I don't know. I don't know if that's what did it. I don't know. I wanted to show you a listing in my Poshmark closet. I'm really curious how many of you are selling on Poshmark. If you could let me know, that would be amazing. So let me just see if I can pull up something here, just random in my store. And if you're not selling on Poshmark, is that something that you think you might want to try in the future? I don't know. Okay, this is a dress, okay? It was listed in February of 2023, so it hasn't sold yet. All right, so on eBay, this is listed for $19.99, but it is now 30% off. I don't give discounts on Poshmark. There's ways you can set up discounts, but it's like you have to buy 2 or more to get a discount, and I don't want that. I would want it to be everything in my store is 30% off. Can't do that. Poshmark is very archaic in that way. This is before I had the square photos, and so I was having to take 2 pictures just to get the entire dress in. And this is also before I was putting my dress template that shows how long items are. And so what this is down here is, this is the title that's on my eBay store. And then I copy and pasted my description from eBay, but there is a hyperlink that says, please go to our eBay store and see what else we have or whatever. I take that out when I copy and paste it. So I list on Poshmark as I'm drafting on eBay. I don't need a cross lister. It takes less than a minute to do this. And I was finding that when I was trying to cross list, there were things I was having to fill in anyway. So it wasn't picking up sizes. It wasn't picking up descriptions right. So I'm like, you know what? I might as well just do this myself. And that's what I do. I also, and this is probably before I started doing that. Yeah, they have keywords that you can fill in. If I could find something that I knew was kind of new, let's see. Okay, so like you get 3 style tags. So for this pair of cargo pants, I put cargo, comfy, casual. So that's what I did. Yeah. I do have a problem with Poshmark right now because I'm finding duplicate listings, and that's a problem because I'm selling some things twice, and I don't know what causes that. I thought maybe it was the Sidekick tools. I was having it end items after 60 days and then relist. And I'm wondering if it just didn't delete the old one. So I no longer have Sidekick ending listings for me and relisting, just in case that was the problem. When I'm going through and setting up my silent auctions, I'll see items twice. When I'm doing inventory, and Maggie's even been in the room with me when I've been doing inventory, and I said, look, this is the same exact listing, same exact SKU number. You know, it's irritating. So I don't know if that's on Poshmark. I have a feeling it's on Sidekick Tools side. But let me know if you've ever had duplicate listings on Poshmark. I'm very curious. Okay, before I go on, I want to go back up and see what people are saying. Still waiting for our special guest to show up. I sure hope she is. I think that is correct. I sell there, but don't remember my last sale over there. Hey, Sue, how are you? How was your Christmas? Thanks for joining. Yeah, that's frustrating with the cross-listing apps. Hey, Mike, how are you? Good to see you here. Okay, so duplicated listings is a problem for me right now. I don't find that many of them, but I am finding them. Now, how do I do silent auctions? I want to show y'all. I can't show y'all on my phone. I don't have my phone plugged into my computer, but I can show you what my POSH shows look like. Like I have one going on right now, so let's just hop on over there. So this is the show that's going on right now. If I click it, you can see that it's going on. You can see the item that is being shown right now. Says, you know, it looks like they get 60 seconds before it goes to the next item. Doesn't look like there's anyone in there at the moment except me. So, but I'm gonna get out of here. But that's just kind of what it looks like. This shows you how much each one is. We're going to talk about that. People can click on them, and if they accidentally swipe it, it's a bid. So that's a bummer. But they can click on it evidently and go to my actual listing if they want to check out the measurements and things like that. All right, so that's this one. So up until today, I was doing 3-hour auctions. So I was doing one at 6 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. And then on weekends, I was doing a 2 a.m. in the middle of the night. They call those drunk auctions, and people do buy during drunk auctions when they've been drinking. Now, these are my upcoming shows. So as of tomorrow, I'm changing to 6-hour auctions. I had some people telling me on the Sidekick Facebook page that they have more success doing 6-hour auctions. I'm like, 6-hour auctions? Gosh, that's a lot. It's a long time. But I have had some comments from people saying, hey, I wanted to buy some other things, but your auction ended before I could buy them. So I'm thinking hopefully by extending this auction to 6 hours, maybe the possibility of that won't happen. Now, these little thumbnails that I made them on Canva when I very first started. And then the ones that don't have one, they have pre-loaded thumbnails that you can do. And so for my home decor and my Lula row right now, that's what I'm using. So those are my auctions right now that I have coming up, and they're going to be 6-hour auctions. It's so bizarre. I don't know. It takes 2 credits to do a 6-hour auction, so that's a lot of credits. So what I do is every Monday I get my credits renewed, and so what I do is I just lay in bed or I do this on the couch, and I have them in order. So tunics, torrid, jeans, swimwear, sleepwear, pants, home decor, t-shirts, Christmas, which I won't be doing Christmas anymore, LuLaRoe, Avenue, Catherine's, big men shirts, sweaters, dresses, Lane Bryant, tops, and then it starts over with tunics. So I just put down what time it starts, and I write down, I know what the next one is. I just make it easy on myself. You can also copy past auctions, and then if some have sold, you can add to it. I find that when I did that, sometimes my auction didn't run all the way, and then they had to give me credits back. And so now I just sit there and I just add. You can have 100 items per auction. Used to only be 50, so now I do 100. I'm getting so fast at it, and because I've weeded out all the small sizes, every single thing that's in there I'm going to want to auction. But before that, I was having to make sure I wasn't putting, like things that were $9 already. I run them for 40% off. And the reason I do that is I started with $10 opening bids. But again, when I'm setting up the auction and I've got something that's like $50, I don't want to start it at $10. Something that's $20, I don't mind starting at $10. So I was having to really look and see, do I want this for $10? I was really having to think. So now I just do 40%. And so no matter if it's $50 or $100 or $20, it's 40% off. And I can just go click, click, click. And sometimes you can just auto click the whole thing. Like I can pull up LuLaRoe and click them all, and then put them on there. But for like t-shirts, I don't click them all because sometimes a man's t-shirt might get in there accidentally. So I do individually click them. So that's what I do usually on Sunday nights after Sister Wives, or sometimes Monday mornings. If I don't get them all done, it doesn't matter because I'm ahead. So my last one scheduled is January 1st. So when I start doing this tonight or tomorrow, I'll start with January 2nd. So I'm always ahead. Okay. I'm looking at the wrong I'm looking at last week's show notes, so that's not going to be good. So it looks like Sue is listing, dog sitting, cat sitting, and it's busy time for her. Wow, you are busy. Wow. You couldn't find my closet? My closet is, that's because it's not called 10 of Hearts. It's called at Beth's Bargains. Okay, there it is right there. And then when you pull that up, it's actually, let me see if I can find it easier. Let me just, when you pull that up, there'll be a thing across the top that does say 10 of Hearts. Let me put the correct link in there. There you go. So now you can stock my store, because I've been stocking your store, Craig. I've been stocking your eBay store, yours and your son's. And when I say stock, guys, I do look at your stores if I know it, but it's just because I'm curious what you're selling. I don't give a flip how much you're making or anything like that. I just love to see what everybody's selling. It's so interesting, especially people who sell like antiques or hard goods, things that I don't ever pick up. I think it's interesting. Like I look at Maggie's store and I notice right now that Maggie's selling a lot of media, and it's really cool to see some of the book sets she's sold and games she sold. And I just do that when I'm sitting around and have nothing to do, which is very rare, but yeah. Okay, so I'm running them 6 hours now, 40% off. Okay. And then I'm going to give you Valerie's Sidekick code, because if you use this code to join Sidekick, now you can get 7 days free trial or 30-day free trial. The difference is if you're using a cross-listing program right now and you have a receipt from your last payment and you show them that, they will give you a 30-day free trial. And that way you don't have to end your other listing software. And then if you can't find your receipt like me, you can get 7 days. And then if you decide that you want to join, if you use this referral code, Valerie gets 7 extra credits for silent auctions. And I know she'd really appreciate it. So I have more credits right now than I really can use. Now I use them all, but now I'm just like you said, I'm scheduled in advance, and that's because I have so many credits. And I really appreciate the credits though. Are there any questions about Poshmark? I mean, one of the things I'm really bad about is looking for offers. So I know that it has cost me sales. So if you go to news and you go to offers, sometimes you'll go down here. See, all these people, all these offers have been sent out today, in the last hour, last 5 hours. But when you go down here, there's somebody offered me $16 for this hoodie. And before, I wasn't really taking if I didn't see it come up on my phone, and I hardly ever check my email, I was missing that, and I was missing sales. So about 2 months ago, I started getting really, really diligent about going down here. See, this person offered me $15 for this. But I was going back and finding offers that people had left me, and they were days old, and I couldn't get them back. So that was a bummer. Another thing I'm terrible at is looking at comments. I haven't had a comment for 6 days. Are the colors bright and vibrant or more mute and faded? I replied to her that she needed to see my color wheel photo because that will give her an idea of how bright or faded it is. But this is also where I will see messages saying, I did not buy this item, I want to cancel. And I've been really bad about that. I've had like 3 or 4 return to senders because we've talked about the issue with the silent auctions. People are swiping the item and they're bidding, and they don't know that they're bidding. They win the auction and then they don't want it. And then I was missing the message saying, I didn't buy this, I want to cancel, and I was shipping it. And after thinking about it, I asked you guys last week if they write return to sender on the poly mailer, do they get their money back? And I don't think they do because it was actually delivered. Do y'all agree with me on that? Like, I don't think they get their money back because they're not going to write it back and say it's because somebody had to pay for it to be delivered and written on. So they're really kind of wasting their time. I got my money and then I get my item back and I get to resell it. So they're kind of wasting their time. And I've talked to Poshmark about it, and they said they're not going to change it. They're not going to put a bid button on there. And Kimmy, if you're watching, button. Kimmy and I had a lot of fun talking about how to say the word button the other day. She says button, and it was driving me up the wall. And yesterday I went to see her, and she says, I can't find my call button. And I'm like, it's button. So anyway, so all of you, we're going to talk about Kimmy in a few minutes. I was hoping she would join me. She's probably got nurses attending her right now. She is back in ICU. She had a really, really rough night last night, and they put a temporary pacemaker in this morning early, and then she's scheduled for surgery tomorrow to figure out what the heck is going on with this new pacemaker that they put in that is not working. So we really, I'll bring her up again in concerns in the community, but guys, she's really, really, really having a hard time. And I don't think I'm going to be able to go see her tomorrow. My day seems to be booked, but definitely later on in the week, I will go visit with her if I can. And she sends you her love. If you go to her Facebook page, it's Kimberly Ann. It is public. You can see all of her, everything that's been going on with her medically over the past week. She checks in periodically. It takes her a long time to type. These messages that you're seeing on Facebook take her hours to type because she cannot move her arms very well. So, yeah, thank you, Sue. She really appreciates it. She really does. Okay, so any questions about Poshmark? Any ideas about Poshmark? I mean, this could just be a fluke weekend for me on Poshmark, but 9, like I have 16 on eBay. So 9 is over half of what I did on eBay. I'm like, that's just unheard of. And I could have sold a couple of other things, but I was greedy. This lady offered me $40 on, I think it was 3 items. And I didn't really feel like I wanted to take it because a couple of the items had just been listed. So I countered at 50 and I waited 12 hours and she never did accept or decline it. So you can go back in there and match their original offer. So about 12 hours later, I went and I matched her $40 offer and she's never accepted it. So I don't know if I pissed her off or if she just hasn't checked her Poshmark. So I don't know. But yeah, things that have just been listed, I sometimes get a little greedy and I need to stop that. I need to just take the money and run. Don't you agree? All right, so, and I'm happy to say I have a new Juju song tonight and a new Cha-Ching song. So we're going to see who gets the new Cha-Ching song. Glenn, I think it's going to be you tonight. But do we have any birthdays coming up this week? Let me know if you have a birthday coming up. Okay, so Sue says Posh has been better for me than eBay lately. That's awesome. So you think something's changing? Like, I don't know. I think when my Poshmark started to crash, I think it was before they switched the search engine part. But then when they switched it, then it really went down. And then when they switched it back, I never recovered. I don't like to discount if it's within a week of listing. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I don't discount. So, I mean, I don't do, because you have to do 2 or 3 items. So I just don't discount. But I do take offers, though. I do take offers. All right. Well, with that, let's go ahead and do concerns in the community, okay? All right, as usual, we continue to give good thoughts and prayers to Pat Dees and also J. Marie. Her mother, Cindy Y., passed away from cancer this year. Cindy Y. has been on my list for a long time. And J. Marie, if you're watching later, we're thinking of you and your family. Adam's Exploits, he's always on my list. Rita, Scully Star Fashions, they were able to get the test run. Please continue to give good thoughts and prayers to their family. They have a big road ahead is all I can really say publicly. And then, of course, our sweet Kimmy. Kimmy, I know you're going to watch this later. I'm hoping you'll pop in, but I know they were supposed to give her a pain medicine about the time I was going on. So she may be crashing right now and sleeping. I don't know. But yeah, she's really been through a lot. She's such a dear, dear friend. So let's go ahead and play some Juju for you and see if we can get this party started. Maggie, if you're watching later, that last video clip on the roller coaster was in your honor. Yes, she is. She's your pain in the ass. I know. I'm going to switch windows here so I can get to shipping. These are in no particular order. I only have one bundle sale today on eBay, and it's just 2 items. And I've already sent her combined shipping refund. So this is a Poshmark item that just sold recently. I think this is my first one. Where's my sales? I will say that once I cleared out all my cookies and everything, I can pull up my Poshmark sales easily now. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9. And what I want is this one right here. And so for $17. And it's a Jones, New York sweater, open cardigan. It was listed in January. Let's go ahead and get this going here. She has not told me, so I don't know what my auctions were today, so I'm just looking to see if somebody accidentally bought it, trying to remember. Whoops, my arm is caught. I'm wearing this really long tunic. This goes to Alex. Alex lives in San Diego, and this is going to have to go on one of those wonderful Tyveks. So I want to thank everyone who was reaching out to me about my male dog, Finn. He is currently in heart failure, and we've had a rough week with him. But we met with another doctor, and she seems to think she can pull him out of it. So we're monitoring at home. Sending videos of him of his breathing and his activity, and we go back in the morning for more x-rays. They've added a medication and upped some medications, and she said that if that doesn't work, she's got a couple other tricks up her sleeve, so we're hoping we can keep him around a little while longer. They have assured us that he is not in any pain, because we almost went and had him put down the other night. It was Christmas night. It was rough. But I'm really glad that we didn't, and I'm really glad that we found this doctor who's willing to work with us, and because his regular doctor is on vacation, so I was really worried about that. That's one down. Okay, I'm never wearing this shirt again on a live stream because it's just getting caught in the arm of the chair. So Sue says I have continuous 15 off 2 or more items on Poshmark. Yeah. See, what I want to do, Sue, is I want to mark them down. Just one item is, 10% off, like I do in my eBay store, and you can't really do that. They have to buy 2. So I don't know. It's very different. It's very different than eBay. That's for sure. All right, this next one is a Land's End. So I'm assuming this is eBay. Oh, I did sell 2 appliance parts this weekend, so I'm going to go ahead and show those because I have them pulled, but I don't want to use tape and all that. So the first was sold for $29.76. It's this Cuisinart 14-cup coffee maker, and this thing is going to crash when I do this. This thing keeps coming up, and it's forcing my eBay to crash. I don't know why it's doing that. When I click that, usually it crashes, and I may lose you guys. Dang it. Now I'm nervous. I'm nervous to touch that. Usually it crashes. Oh boy, I hope that doesn't happen all night. And then the other one is, and I don't know how to get rid of that thing. And then the other one is this Cuisinart Little Pro. This is the lid. I think this is the last piece from that item. It sold for $28.58. And it was listed in January. So right, so I have to find something Land's End. If this is the lady that's bought 2 things, I'm just going to have to skip this for now. No. All right, this Land's End top sold for $10. It's been listed since October of 2023, so the total was $18.11. It's cute. I'm even thinking about, I'm not trying to be greedy, but I kind of am Right now I have, if it's been listed a year, it's 30% off or best offer. But I really feel like I can just put everything 10% off right now, unless it's been listed 2 years, because I have that much space in my inventory room right now, and try to get a little bit more for these items. It's something I might try next week. But I'm scared to do it because my sales are so good right now that I don't want to, I don't know if I want to be greedy. I don't know if I want to mess with it or not, you know? All right. I also have to find my little blurb that I send them. And Sue, you weren't here last week. I'm now really focusing on a great customer experience. And so I am now sending out a little blurb right before I ship the item on eBay. And see if I can find it here. And it says, thank you for supporting our small family business. Your item is being packaged for shipping. Please contact us if you have any issues with your order so that we can resolve the issue quickly. Your satisfaction is our mission. A coupon code for future purchases will be included with your order to show our appreciation. I've already had someone message me and tell me that they did not know that I'm a family business, and they're glad to know that, and they're going to come back because of that. So that made me really happy to see. So I'm going to go ahead and send this person their blurb, and it just takes a couple of seconds. And this goes to Sharon. And well, now it says it goes to Nicole when you go to the shipping. So Nicole lives in Durango, Colorado. I've been there on the Durango Silverton Railroad when I was about 20, I guess. My family and I went. It was really kind of scary. Yeah, I've had those sales on before, Sue, and I've never sold anything like that. So I just quit doing it. I think I had 30% off online though, and I never sold anything. So plus, if you bundle, if somebody bundles like 4 or 5 items, it's already taking that percentage off. And then when you make an offer, you got to make it on top of that percentage. And I was just finding I couldn't pay that. So I quit doing it. All right. I think this week I'm going to do a live stream and try to do it with my old computer, which is actually my new computer. Because right now I'm using my work computer because y'all were saying that the quality was bad, the video, the audio. I'm going to try again just as a test and see if maybe it's working now. Maybe it was an internet problem. I'm hoping. And then because I really don't want to use my work computer for that because not all my files are in here, and I don't know. All right, next we have a canvas t-shirt. And it sold for $19.36. It was listed in July of 2023, and it says update, life update, still a mess. Cute, huh? All right. Let me send her little note. This goes to Tammy in Shreve, Ohio. Thanks, Tammy. Haven't shoplifted again this week. Craig, you'll be glad to know that. No shoplifting this week. I did go to my honey hole on Monday. It's usually $1. And I got halfway through the store and I realized everything was 50 cents. They had to move the days up because they weren't going to be open on Christmas. So everything was 50 cents. And I'm like, Well, shoot, there were things in the store I would have tried for 50 cents, you know, but I wasn't going to go backwards. I couldn't remember what those items were. So I ended up spending about $78. So I've got a plenty of inventory now. And then yesterday I went to Value Village because I had a half off coupon, and I spent about $78 there on a food processor, a Hamilton Beach food processor, and then about 20 men's big men's shirts. I like to get my big men's shirts there, even though they cost more for me, because they seem to be in better condition. So I don't know. Did it print? I don't know. I don't know if I told it to print or not. I may end up with 2 labels. Nope. People aren't very chatty tonight. What's going on? What can we talk about? Are y'all just working? What did you do today? I picked up groceries. I steamed clothes. I meant to photograph clothes, but that never did happen. But I did list about 9 appliance parts that I had. Yeah, I didn't do a whole lot. And then I did inventory, because whenever I'm getting lazy, I just do inventory. I'm like, I don't want to photograph today. I'm just going to do inventory. So that's what I did. Well, I don't see this here, so this must be another Poshmark order. This is a J. Jill something or another. Okay, so for $15, it's a 4X, which is a nice size in a J. Jill. I very rarely find that size in a J. Jill tunic, and it was listed in September. So after they take their cut, my earnings are $12, and I spent $1 on it, so I made $11 on that one item. And that's good for me, because coming from someone who had a storefront and was making pennies on the sale, that's good for me. $11 on one item, and it's only been listed a couple of months. I'll take that. All right. I haven't changed my shipping price yet. I'm still kind of holding out. That's coming real soon, though. So I'm 0.7 down from the last 30 days, 31 days. So if I keep going the next 2 days, maybe I will be in the green for the 30 days, 31 days. I'm up a little bit from last month, though. This is going to rip. I know it's going to rip. This shirt's going to rip. I love this item. I am so glad this sold. I haven't had it listed long. It's beautiful. I actually I wanted to get more for it. I listed it in October. It sold for $23.23. I just love this. When I saw it, I think I sent a picture to Maggie, because I was like, this is gorgeous. I think the reason I didn't make much money on it is the brand is Iman. But look how beautiful that muumuu is. It's just so pretty. But I'm assuming it's the brand. I've changed color wheels. That color wheel was getting spots on it from, I think, my steamer. So I threw it in the trash can, and I'm using another one. But that's a beautiful muumuu. I mean, when I went to the box, I knew exactly where it was, because the colors just stood out so bright. Let's go to Shahama. Never heard that name before. That's a pretty name, Shahama. She lives in San Pedro, California. Of course she does. You have to be on the coast, right? I've got 2 pounds on it, so I'm gonna weigh it, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna have to go. Oh yeah, it's 2 pounds. I don't have to weigh it. It's heavy. A lot of fabric there. I wish if that would have been my size, I would have worn that to the Roper romp. That's a definite Roper romp moo right there. If you have not used your coupon code for this quarter, be sure you do so because it's expiring in a couple of days. When people used to announce that on their shows, I used to always think, well, that's silly. Everybody knows that. Of course, people have already used their coupon. And then one time I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't ordered this quarter. I'm so glad that this person reminded me. So it goes by fast. You know, I will probably go in tonight just to double check, but I know I have because I remember getting boxes. I usually only buy boxes with my coupon because they're so expensive. And my poly mailers are custom poly mailers, so. I'm trying to figure out how to do the 15% off with Posh. Well, from my understanding, Anissa, is you have to put 2 or more items are 15% off. You can't just say, put my items on 15% off. There's a place in there where you can set up sales and you can do buy 2, get them 15% off, or buy 2, get 1 half off, or whatever. But I don't think you can do them individually. Unless they've changed it, I don't know. Just listed a 10 tugboat on eBay for parts. Oh, wow. I don't even know what a 10 tugboat is. I sold a moo on Posh. Just now? Did you do it just now? I just used mine yesterday. Good, Sue. Thanks, I forgot. Gotta go get some. See? See? And I used to think people were silly announcing that. And it's true. You forget. The quarters just run together. Okay, this is a George women's dress. So for $14 plus shipping on Poshmark. Now, George, I think it's a Walmart brand, isn't it? The men's shirts in George sell really well for me, but the women's Georges typically do not. However, this was just a really, really cute sleeveless dress. And so I haven't really been picking up much George lately, but that was listed exactly a year ago. And so I think I picked up something this week for 50 cents. That was a women's George, but typically I shy away from it now. But the men's George shirts, they love them. So let's see who this goes to. This goes to Pam in Avondale, Arizona. Thanks, Pam. Mike, what you been up to, sir? How was your holiday? I'm so excited because Valerie has been gone for almost 2 weeks now to California, and I've tried not to bug her because it's her vacation, but I miss her. And I told her, I said, I cannot wait till you get back so we can catch up, you know. And she's like, well, you can always message me. And I'm like, no, you're on your vacation. You don't want to hear from me. I'm excited to get her back. All right. And Maggie, if you're watching later, I still want to work tomorrow privately after I get back from the vet. Anybody that wants to work tomorrow, I'm going to be really trying to work hard. I will be glad to work with you privately. I'll set up either a StreamYard or a Facebook what do you call it, messenger video chat. No, this week. Oh, well, that's okay. That's by me, Avondale. Really? How about that? All right, only pairs of jeans this week. Just haven't been selling jeans that much. This cannot be them. They look blue. No, I guess they're black. It says they're black. So for $4.75 plus shipping. So that was $13.74. So I've had these listed since April of 2022. They're a small size, size 8, trying to get rid of them. $4.75 means that I sent them an offer of 5% because they're listed as $5 and pretty cool pockets. But yeah, $4.75 means I sent them a 5% offer, no counter offer, and they took it. Getting rid of that stuff, getting rid of those little sizes. That name looks very familiar. I wonder if she's a repeat buyer. So I think I have decided I'm going to go ahead and try the earrings for a gift for repeat buyers. And then I might get the sticker hearts for the men or some other kind of stickers. I want to try the earrings. And I want to try to get some earring, the dangle things, whatever you call the thing, that aren't so cheaply made. The charms will be cheap, but not the earrings themselves that touch the ears. I think that's what I want to try to do. Okay, so $8.36 for a 2-pound to Hopewell, Pennsylvania. They pay $8.99 shipping, so that still covers it. But what I'm worried about is in January when the postage goes up. If you know how much the postage is going up, you can tell me, but it won't register with my brain until I actually see it in action. And then I'll go, oh yeah, now I get it, you know? Oh man, this was not supposed to go on this. I put that in a priority envelope. I wasn't paying attention. Crap. Okay, this one I'm going to put up here. I'm going to have to redo it after the show. See, I made a mistake. That went into a priority. That went into a flat rate envelope. Oh yeah, padded flat rate envelope. I'm supposed to go in one of these regular ones. Ground Advantage. Knew I was going to mess up sometime. All right, we got a Maurice's here. Let's see. Okay, this sold for $12 on Poshmark plus shipping, and so this may have been in an auction. Tie-dye cropped shirt. It was listed in May. That's cute. Now this goes in a padded flat rate, Beth. Cannot believe I did that. That's okay. I got to pack for clients' parts tonight anyway. Anybody else watching Sister Wives tonight? They have so many previews that it's not even a surprise when they actually play the thing because you already know what's going to happen. And I don't know why I keep watching that trash. Really don't. I actually put the Sister Wives in my new cha-ching song. I don't know why. Leaving for Florida on Tuesday. Hey, Adam, we were just talking about you and concerns in the community. How are you doing? I meant to message you this weekend, and I haven't yet, as you can tell. See how you're doing. I just want to stop and say hi. Keep up the great job with your diet. I haven't been on my diet for like 2 weeks. Starting tomorrow, though. But thanks for that. Okay, this is part of my bundle sale, so this has to go there. Let's see. Time and True. Time and True sold for $14. I typically list time and trues for $19.99 on eBay and $20 on Poshmark. This was listed in December, so this month. So that didn't take long. I will take it. So my earnings were $9, so really $8.03. And you take off $1 cost of goods. This goes to Kim. And she lives in Staten Island, New York. Woohoo. Never been to New York. I want to go just for like 5 days. See all the touristy places, maybe a show or two, and then come home. Oh, what are y'all doing for New Year's Eve? What we are doing is we are going to buy the movie Wicked because we cannot go see it at the theater. And we are going to order in some, hopefully, really nice meal and kick back and eat and watch the movie and just relax and try to keep my dog calm because of the fireworks. Not my male dog, my female dog. My female dog. But since I've started using the Relax My Dog YouTube channel, she's a lot better. Okay, let's see. Hanging out, getting your knee injections tomorrow. Oh, I'll be thinking of you. Don't know yet. You don't know what you're wearing to your couch yet, Anissa? I don't know what I'm wearing to my couch yet either. Okay, make sure this isn't a bundle sale. Okay, this is a Danskin Now hoodie 3X, so for $18.18, and it was listed in November, so that didn't take long to sell. Really, really bright, pretty blue. Really nice. Got to remember to send this person their message. I mean, if they don't get a message, it's not a big deal. But I've had quite a few people. And, you know, and I talk about you all the time, Anissa, about how I get that magic wand bring sound and how it stresses me out. Well, now that I'm sending this message out to people before I ship, I'm getting that bring sound, and I'm trying. And so it's kind of forcing me to not tense up because I think to myself, that's probably just someone saying thanks, you know, and it usually is. And so, but I've talked about you several times when you haven't been here, but when that ring sound goes off, I get so tensed up and I just know it's somebody that's going to be mad or have a stupid question, and, you know. I just wish I could quit appliance parts. The appliance parts are just a pain. Just don't like them. I mean, those customers have lost their minds. They just have. All right, Lisa lives in Millsboro, Delaware, and it ships for $5.26. Why are we not printing? Hold on. I'm going to read that because I see it out of the corner of my eye. I would love to go see it in the theater, but it's just not possible for us right now to go to a theater. So I was tempted to see it, but it's like 2 hours longer than I could sit. Yeah, which is why we can't go. So maybe it will be on Prime for like $5 later. Yeah, probably will. Come on, somebody, get a cha-ching so I can play my new cha-ching video. I don't like the music. I'm going to change the music because I didn't realize when I did it that the sound was muffled on the music. It really didn't sound that way when I was editing it. When I played it a few minutes ago just to test it, it was really muffled. So I'm going to have to change the music, which is a bummer. Okay, I sold a maternity top. This is Ingrid Isabel Ingrid sold for $18.33. It's been listed since March. It's a size extra, extra large, and it's really cute. I mean, it's burgundy. It's nothing really to write home about, but I'm wondering, yeah, you guys know that if you're selling used clothing, they're changing the way you got a list, right? Does everybody know about that change? I paid $1 for this. Does everybody know about that change? You're going to have to put pre-owned excellent, pre-owned good, or pre-owned fair. And my problem with that is, when does this start? And do we get some time to do this? Because I have about 3,700 pieces of clothing in my store, and I can't go and do them. I would have to do them individually when I do this, because I can't look at my listings and tell what's in fair condition, what's in poor. I mean, I don't have anything in poor condition, but if it's got a flaw, it's going as fair. And then everything else is going to be good. I'm not going to put excellent. Excellent is just setting me up for, it's either good, or if it has a flaw, it's fair. But I can't tell by just looking at my title if it's got a flaw, or if it's got any pelling, if it's, missing, like, I don't know, not very many missing buttons, but you know what I mean? Just things that are like faded. I don't put fade in the title. I put it in the description. So got to do those individually. I know Casey said you can do it in bulk, but I can't do it in bulk. I have no way of knowing what's fair and what's good and what's excellent. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. I hope they give us a little bit of time to change it. I mean, like, what if they don't, and somebody was on vacation for a couple of weeks, and, what would you do? Susan lives in Missouri. So it only took $5.09 to get to Missouri from Texas. Good night, madam. Have a good night. I'll try to message you later in the week. All right. If you haven't heard about that new change, Casey put out a video about it. It was pretty detailed. They say they're doing it to keep from having so much negative feedback, but people don't read. So I don't know that that's going to help, but we'll see. Okay, this is the other one. So I'm going to put these to the side because it's a bundle sale, and I don't want to screw it up like I screwed that other one up. But I will show you what she bought. So the first one was, I had to refund her shipping because she bought them separately. $17.07 for this Coral Bay dress. And it's kind of cute. I mean, it was listed in a year ago, just a year ago. And then the other thing she bought was another Coral Bay dress, same size. It sold for $14.40. Not sure why it sold for less. She probably made offers or something. And I like this one even better, with the fish on the bottom. That's cute, huh? All right, so I'm just going to put her to the side with that one. Oh, I wanted to show y'all what I got for 50 cents. When I went to my honey haul for 50-cent day, I got this beautiful canvas art piece, this abstract. Isn't it pretty? It's really big, though, but I liked it, and I like it so much I might even hang it in my office because it kind of goes with my my curtains back there, don't you think? So I don't know. I may keep it because it's got a hook and everything. Yeah, I may just hang it up somewhere in my office now that I'm thinking about it. It's awfully big to ship. I don't think the boxes that I got will even hold it. I don't know. This one. When you go back over your sales, you're like, oh my God, I remember this lady. Okay, this was listed in September. I only took $10 for it. 1977. We went back and forth on this dress. So it has bumblebees on it, and I don't know if y'all remember this from my haul, but it has these bumblebee pens on it. And I didn't really want to take $10 for it, but I'm just kind of at the point now where take the money and run, you know, go buy more stuff. I'm just at that point now where I'd rather sell in volume. I'd rather sell a whole bunch of things in one day for $10 each than be overpriced and only sell 2 things. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. This is kind of heavy. Yeah, I've got 2 pounds on it. This goes to Chad in Moreno Valley, California. Thanks, Chad. You got a really good deal because this was just listed recently. And now I can just put something else in its place and sell that. I'm right at 4,000 gross this month, but my net is not good. My net is not good, which is why I'm trying to come up with ways of getting more. I think a lot of it has to do with my shipping. And I don't think there's really much I can do about my promoted listings at this point because I have a cap on my promoted listings. So it's 2% over trending, and then I have a cap. So I'm not going over my cap, and I don't really think there's anything I can do about my promoted listings, truthfully. Not for clothing. Just don't. All right, next one. This is, oh, this is really cool. This was, I think I bought this recently. All right, sold for $16 on Poshmark. It was listed recently. And when was it listed? It was listed this month. This is really cute. It says Dog Mom on it. Is that not cute with the sunflower? I love it. I love that. And when it's $16, I get $12.80. So if I paid $1, I get $11. I'll get almost $12 profit on that one item. I mean, that's good, huh? Dang, I gotta use another one of those freaking Tyveks. All right, black marker. This goes to Louise in Auburn, Maine. I think Emmy is Maine, right? Yeah, Emmy is Maine. I have the Tyveks way at the bottom of the pile because I don't like them. They make a lot of noise on the live stream. I wonder where Victoria is tonight. Victoria's been attending my Sunday night shows. She may be, I think she's in Dallas actually. She told me next time she comes to Dallas, she wants to meet me halfway. And we can meet in person. All right. You think February 2nd? I mean, is it, I guess, see what I'm saying is it just like, bam, February 2nd, you got to have those things changed? Like, how does one do that? I mean, are they, remember how they used to have the recommended item specifics? And it's like, people could still buy your items, but you had a certain amount of time to do those. And then all of a sudden, you know, you only had a certain amount of time. And then once you didn't have them, then basically your items weren't seen. That's what I'm wondering if they're going to do. Because I can't change 30-something hundred items in one day. Especially if I have to go to the office that day. Like, how am I going to do that? I don't know. I gotta research more into that as it gets closer. All right, this was a sale that, this was a, I think this was, where is it? It's gone. Where did it go? These Cato women's pants, I know they sold. There they are. Okay, they were listed way back in October of 2022. They sold for $21.54. So somebody made me a nice offer on those, because normally something that old would be going really, really cheap. I think I have $7.99 as the auto accept on things that have been listed for 2 years. They are they new with tags? It looks like they have a tag on it. Yeah, new with tags. I don't know. They look a lot brighter in person than they do in the photo. That was not a good photo. This goes to Evelyn. Oops. Let's see where Evelyn lives. Evelyn lives in Butner, North Carolina. Never heard of it. Oh, yeah, I'll be thinking of Barry, Santa Barry too. He's got a bad sinus infection, I think. He overdid it over Christmas, Santa Clausing, and being around all those snotty nosed kids and everything, and he's exhausted, and so he's trying to get over a sinus infection, earache. Barry, I'm thinking about you. Hope you get well soon. What's everybody drinking tonight? I'm just having Diet Coke. Been on an hour and 15 minutes. Whoops. All right, this lady bought this Walt Disney World 50 Years t-shirt from me, and she said, was that her that said that? Yeah, she said, this is a replacement t-shirt for my mom. We fly out to Walt Disney World on January 6th. Hopefully she can wear it on our trip. 1905. It was listed in August. So let's take a look at this one. Has like a foil looking castle on it, like gold foil. Oh, that's kind of cool. I think she should get it, because if somebody picks up tomorrow, hopefully she should get it before she leaves. And this goes to Marina, and Marina lives in Eastville, California. Find any cool scrub tops lately, Anissa? I didn't find any this week. But it was 50 cents, so I guess they were people grabbed them. I was wondering why the store was so empty when I walked in, because usually it's not that empty. And it was because they were going a day ahead and marking things down faster. Gonna have to look into it further, Sue says. Yeah. It's not so bad if someone has like 100 pieces, but I think I have 3,800 in my store when I'm not inventorying, and I have some things unlisted right now because they're being inventoried, but I think I have about 300 parts, so maybe 30. And then I have some home decor, 60. So yeah, about 3,400 things to look through. That's just a lot. I don't know. All right, this was interesting. This was a swimsuit. So for $25.44, it was a size 14, which actually should have been marked down 75% off, but I didn't catch it. One of the reasons I don't catch it is that on Poshmark, 14s are considered plus sizes. And so I still had this one up. And it's by Azul Maxine Hollywood. Showing the crotch there, that it's clean. Azul Maxine Hollywood. So technically they should have gotten it for $5, but that was an oversight, and I'm glad it was an oversight. I've even thought about in January just moving these 75% off items back to regular price, but I really don't want to do that. I'm really enjoying too much getting rid of this stuff, and I don't know. I just am. All right. I want to be known as a plus size store. For those of you who didn't watch my live stream last week, I talked about some things that I'm going to be doing in the new year to up my game. And I talk about them at the beginning of the show. So if you haven't watched that, I have a couple of ideas and things that I'm going to start doing. I've already started implementing some of them, but all right, 12 ounces. And I really want to start vlogging again, but not until our life calms down over here can I really do that. It's not just that, it's the editing that takes time. Swimsuits in December. You gotta swim sometime. All right. We haven't swam this whole winter. We just haven't. Avenue. Wonder if this is a Poshmark. All right. This sold for $14 on Poshmark. And it is really cute. I think I've listed this recently. This heart. This looks very familiar. Let me see. Yeah, I listed it in December. More recent than I thought. Almost, because I haven't listed that much in December because I've been gone. So, but it's got sparkly stars on it. So next time I go live, I will report back and tell you guys whether this was a fluke or not. Maybe I'm hoping that it's not a fluke. I'm hoping that taking those small sizes out has helped. I don't know. My trash can is overflowing onto the floor. Ugh. Getting down to it, and then I have to get those appliance parts out. It looks like I got 3 more maybe. All right, the next one is a Chico's extra large top. And it was listed in August of last year, 2023, so for $19.68. Paid $1. I mean, there's nothing really exciting about it, but I mean, the buttons are kind of cool. Those ball buttons. Yeah. I have 11 people in here watching. Thank you. If you could do me a favor and hit the like button, that would be great. Because I always forget to tell you guys that. All right, this goes to Margaret. And Margaret lives in College Station, Texas. Home of the Texas Aggies. About 2 hours from me, maybe. Maybe not that long with traffic. Sorry, I shouldn't have shown you that. Hopefully I didn't show this person's address. I'm still using this keyboard my daughter gave me. I think I'm going to keep it. I was a little worried about it hurting my back being down there, but I'm liking it. It's purple. It has a matching mouse. I got myself my laptop up high. Maybe this is the one I'm talking about. Yeah, I just listed this on Friday. And the reason I remember, and it sold for $19. I just listed it on Friday on eBay. But on Poshmark it listed the day before because it went up when I drafted. I was struggling with this top because I didn't want to put blue and I didn't want to put green. So I had to take up all that space and put blue green, and I put it in the blue section. But so you can see it was listed in December. But I always hate colors like that because people get so petty about, well, that's not blue, it's green. No, that's not green, that's blue. They get real, it's like one guy's blue is another guy's green. Like, it's just blue green. Well, no, it's green blue. Well, what the heck? Just look at the color wheel and make a decision. And if it's got to go with a certain pair of pants, I wouldn't buy it. If it's just going to go with jeans, then does it really matter? I don't know. I'm not going to argue about the color of things anymore. I used to, but I don't do it anymore. I don't put the word aqua. I don't put the word turquoise. I don't put the word sky blue because baby blue, because everybody's idea of those shades is different. It really is. And I mean, is aqua and turquoise, how are they different? Like, some people think they're the same. Some people think they're different. Boy, this tub is full, and I got another tub of things on the porch. So whoever shows up tomorrow, hopefully they'll show up, they're not going to be happy that the person just didn't come by. Okay, last one. Good. Okay, this is burgundy. And I always have problems with burgundy too because, man, I know I pulled. Where's that other one? I did sell this, but I don't think I got it. I didn't pull it. This is, I was wondering if this was ever going to sell. I've had this listed for, I think, a while. Yeah, the September of 2023. It's Renee Rofe pajama top. I have another one that's got something else on it. I may not pick up that brand anymore because to me it wasn't even getting, it's just been a year and 3 months, but every time I looked at that thing, I was like, that thing is just not going to sell. But it finally did. But I don't have it. So I must have missed it when I went out there. I don't know. So that means I've got those 3. Okay. Should we just have one more Poshmark? I'm terrible at this on lives, guys. It's amazing I don't make more mistakes than I do. Okay, this sold for $10 on Poshmark. It is a Lane Bryant t-shirt. Most of my t-shirts I list at $19.99 on eBay or best offer. It says strong women come in all something sizes, shapes. Strong women come in all shapes. So it was listed in August. I'm so tired that I may just go bring the stuff in here and get everything ready, and then in the morning before I go to the vet, do the rest. I'll probably regret that in the morning though. Or something will happen and my label maker won't be working, or something will happen. We don't have internet, or I don't know. I need to just do it, right? I just need to get in here and do it before I go to bed. All right. Well, that didn't take as long as I thought, but I haven't done the appliance parts yet, so that is going to take me a while. I'm terrible with packaging appliance parts. It hurts my arthritis, and trying to hold the box closed and tape it and all that, it's a pain. No, I don't want to save that. Okay. Let me bring you guys over. Well, guys, I'm sorry nobody made a sale during the show. It's a bummer. I'm really sorry. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I plan to come on sometime this week. No, I don't want to show you my men's shirts. That's boring. Maybe I'll just do a live working hangout or something and just work and chat. I don't know. I just miss being on YouTube, and I hope y'all all have a wonderful week. Thanks again for coming in, hitting the like button, subscribing, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.